All right, there we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Can you guys hear me all okay with no issues? I hope. I do have the fan going because it's quite warm. So, we all good? All right. All right. So, before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. Uh, and as long as we do that, we'll have a great chat. We'll have a good time. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, okay? I'm going to address a few things. Obviously, I always like to try to. I don't always answer a lot of comments in the comments because I'm busy doing other things. So I don't want people to think that I don't pay attention to what people are saying. I do watch what people are saying. Okay. I do read every one of the comments. That I will tell you right now. I always have, always will. You know, and I'll jump in here and there and I'll answer a comment. But a lot of times, I like to try to address them here in the live stream. I find it easier that way to address it that way. Okay. So, but all right. So man, busy weekend. Wow, crazy, crazy busy weekend. Really good though. Uh, it was real good teamwork. You know, we're gonna talk about something. I'm gonna talk about something that I said. Okay, the replies to what I said, and then I want to explain something to people. Okay, so hopefully, some I know some of you that are watching are totally gonna get it, and some of you that are watching are never going to get it. You're never going to get it. Okay. So I had talked about, you know, leading up this weekend, and I had mentioned that I had talked to Mark, and I had said to Mark, I said, listen, this weekend I want you to just focus on your cabin, take care of what you need to take care of in your cabin. Don't worry about anything else. Just deal with that, right? And you know, he read the comments too, and we were sitting around the other night, last night, and he said to me, he goes, "Hey," he goes, "Thanks for permission to work on my cabin," and he starts laughing. Because when we see those comments, we realize how ludicrous they are and stuff like that, and we all had a good laugh. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I want to address this, okay? And I want you guys to understand something. So why did I say to Mark, Mark, when you come down this month, I want you to just focus on your cabin. I want you to work on your cabin. I don't want you to work on anything else, right? I'll tell you why, okay? In the title of this live stream, it says teamwork and sacrifice, okay? When you have somebody that is completely selfless, now again, a lot of you are going to have no idea what this means because in our modern day society, a lot of people are about me, and don't think about anybody else. Okay. Mark is the kind of guy that will do whatever's asked of him. Whatever task is put before him, he will take care of stuff. Okay. That's Mark. And then after all that's done, then he'll go and he'll work on his cabin. It'll be dark. He'll be in there with the lights on, and you'll be able to hear him. While everybody else is done, right, for the day and relaxing, Mark will go down there and do that. All right. That is somebody who is completely 100% selfless, absolutely selfless. The reason that I said to him this weekend is because he will always put the team. Okay, you're listening. Some of you, I know a lot of you get this. Okay, a lot of you will get this. A lot of you will never get this. You'll never understand. Okay, and I'm going to address something else as well. Okay, with this, and we're gonna use Mark as an example, but we overall as a group down here, we work together so well, which a lot of you cannot comprehend. That's why they'll make the comments and say, oh, it's a cult and blah, blah, blah. I could give a rat's patootie what a lot of you think about that. I don't care because you'll never get it. I could explain it to you all day long. A lot of you will never get it. A lot of the people that are in this live stream totally get what I'm saying, and they'll get it. Okay. But like I said, I'm picking on Mark, if you will. Not, and it's not even picking on Mark realistically. He will, like I said. So the reason that I did that was because I wanted him to focus on that. Winter's coming, right? Winter's coming. We're in August. Okay, yeah, it's still summertime, but before long, it's going to be winter. And I wanted Mark to be able to realize when he came down, okay, my focus is to work on that. Now, did Mark just focus on his cabin, or did he come up and work and help with some stuff on the pavilion as well? What do you guys? I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. What do you think Mark did? Did Mark, even though he was told not to, right? It's not a cult until you get matching T-shirts. Oh my God, that's funny. Do you think Mark, even though I told him not to and just focus on his thing, did Mark help with other things as well? Yes or no in the comments. What do you guys think? Okay, what do you guys think? So you think yes, he helped with other things, or no, he just went down and worked on his cabin? Yeah, yeah. Mark came up and still helped with a few things, and I kept saying to him, Mark, go back to your cabin. All right. And he got a lot done, and he was very, very, happy about what he got done and stuff like that. But the reason, okay, the reason that in the very beginning I told him I want you to just work on that is because he doesn't know how to just do that. He is somebody that is an awesome individual. He is such a team player. Mark has been here since day one. He was one of the first original group of people that came down here, just like Sandy. There's another one, okay? Uh, Sandy will come down here and she busts her butt and she works hard and she thinks of the team. She thinks of everybody in the group. I tried to explain this to a lot of people before, and I'm going to explain this again. And I want you to realize something, guys. I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all about this, but I wanted to explain this, okay? Because again, some of you it'll still go right over your head. You won't even have any clue, no idea, right? You just won't. These people that are here in this group, right? That we have put together this team, this family. All right, this is a family we put together down here. It's not just a bunch of strangers coming together. In that we're putting together a family because when the time comes, we're going to have each other. Now, I know that there's other YouTubers out there that have said, "Oh, I would never have a group." Blah 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 blah. Great, don't have a group. I wish you the best of luck. I do. I hope you make it, but I know you won't because unless you have a group of people working together, you're never making it. I talked about this before, folks. Either right now, right? Two things are going to happen after SHTF. All right, two things are going to happen after SHTF. Either you're going to group up with a group at some point. Now, you might not in the beginning, and you might think, oh, we're going to do it solo and it's going to be wonderful and everything's going to be fantastic, right? You may think that. And then realize how hard it is and how difficult it is and how you can't stay up 24 hours a day. You can't do all the things that you need to do. Heaven forbid you get sick, hurt, whatever the case may be after SHTF. Who's picking up that slack? Okay. So either two things are going to happen after SHTF. This I guarantee. Guarantee it. You will group up with somebody, may not be the group that you wanted to be with, because you didn't pick a group and get a group of people ahead of time. That's going to happen, guaranteed, or you're going to be dead. Those are the only two options. Those are the only two options after SHTF. Because you know what's going to happen? That group of people, it's a bunch of yahoos that their idea of going around after SHTF, rape, pillaging, and burning, they're coming and they're going to get you, right? But if you're with a group of decent, hardworking people that have a vision and working together, and you realize that the only way to survive what's coming is by working together, then you have a legitimate chance of making it. And I'm just, and like I said, you can think whatever you want, and I don't care. Here's another thing. So other people that are on YouTube, now, like I said, I'm not going to mention names because I don't throw people under the bus. I don't make videos ridiculing or mocking people. I don't do that, okay? And I won't do that, okay? Not going to happen. So if people feel like they need to do that and they need to use Prepper Nurse One in their titles to try to get views, good for you. Have at it. Have a great time. Again, I don't care. I don't care, okay? What I do care about is when somebody sees somebody like Mark and they're trying to suck up to Mark. Oh, Mark, come to my place and help me with my stuff. It just, that irritates me. And I talked to Mark about that type of thing. I did. I talked because Mark is a good human being. He's solid. Um, let's put it like this: SHTF comes, okay? SHTF comes. I guarantee you 100% that I know I can rely on Mark, 100% without a doubt. I know 100% I can rely on Sandy, 100%. Know it. No doubt in my mind. I can put my head down, I can go to sleep, and if they're on watch and they're keeping an eye on stuff, I know I'm going to be just fine. All right. That I know. That's a peace of mind, folks, that a lot of you out there are never going to have after SHTF happens. Okay. So, and if Mark came to my place, I will go to his place and help Mark. Well, Delbert, and I get that. And I absolutely know what you're saying. And I what like I said, I'm not calling anybody out. I'm not calling anybody out. Okay. You guys want to put two and two together? Put two and two together. That's fine. Okay. But to me, you know, I've talked about this before on YouTube. There are channels that I don't care for. I think everybody has channels that they don't care for. So what I do with channels that I don't care for, I don't watch their channel. I don't talk about their channel. I don't mock their channel. I don't make videos talking about they're an idiot for this or they're an idiot for that or whatever the case may be. I don't, because I think it's counterproductive. Okay. So, like, I had group members come to me and, you know, say, well, did you see this or did you see that? And I may go and I may watch the video and I go, hey, you know what? Who cares? If that's what they feel like they got to do, have at it. Right? I don't care. I don't care because at the end of the day, I know several things. I know that jealousy is a green eyed monster. And with what we're doing down here as a group, as a family that we've put together, that a lot of you said, uh, you know, Old Mutt says your group is a blueprint for how to build a prep retreat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you saying that, man. I really, really do. I really appreciate that. Um, you know, we got such an awesome thing here, and I think a lot of people are very jealous of that because we're able. All these strangers. Oh my God, how is it that all these strangers have come together as a cohesive unit and work together and continue to make improvements? And we're not all fighting. We're not all at each other's throats. We're not talking, crap about each other and belittling or trying to humiliate anybody. Okay. Imagine that. I know what a concept. All right. I'm going to mention somebody else that's newer to my group. Okay. And Old Mutt will know exactly who I'm talking about because it's his nephew, and that's Jimmy. All right. Jimmy's come down here and he has busted his hump. Okay. Busted his hump. And I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate that. I do. Because all these folks, they see the big picture. They see what's coming. A lot of you see what's coming, right? But a lot of people out there doing zero about it. They're doing nothing. And that's okay. I'm not telling you that you have to do this or you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. But again, I will say when the time comes, good luck, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Okay. So it just, when I see certain things and certain things are said like that, I'm going to address it. You know, I'm not sitting out here, guys. I want you to understand something, okay? I don't sit out here like on a throne, in the lawn in my yard and go, you do this and you do that and you do the other thing, and I sit back and drink a pina colada. All right, I have no problem getting my hands dirty with anybody, with whatever chore we're working on, with whatever we're doing. I have no problem jumping right in, and working with my team. Okay. And again, it's not just a team, it's family. We're a family. So, like I said, I know some of you will never get it, and all you know how to do is talk crap and criticize and say negative things. And I will address this too, okay? Because this I read on another channel, and I, again, not going to say what channel. And oh, Prepper Nurse One can't take constructive criticism. So here's constructive criticism. Okay, we'll address this right now too. Here's constructive criticism. When people come on the channel, and I just did an update on the bunker video, right? Oh my God, that thing's going to collapse, right? Oh my God, that's unsafe. You need to do this, you need to do that. Which, you know what? That's constructive criticism, right? I'll take that all day long. That's fine. I'll take that all day long. You can think whatever you would like to think, and that's perfectly fine. I have no problem with that. You can make your suggestions. That's fine. That I will take. But if you come on the channel, okay, and you tell me what an a-hole I am, and I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other thing, that is not constructive criticism. So those people get blocked. They're not allowed to be on the channel, and they're gone. Period. End of story. Because I don't have to listen to it. I don't want you guys to feel like you need to defend me because somebody's coming on the channel and being a jerk. Okay. So I don't want you to ever feel that way. So, and that's why, like, I'll block and delete them. That's it. End of story. Goodbye. If you don't like me, don't watch my channel. Okay. So I want to address the bunker. All right. Since we were a foot into the ground, maybe a foot. Okay. Now we're 12 foot deep in that hole. All right. Oh yeah. Tress says trolls will be trolls. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, they can say whatever they want to say, and I can block and I can delete people. And then they can go on other channels and cry, oh, he blocked me because I was just trying to give him constructive criticism. Bullcrap. It wasn't constructive criticism. You look at the comments on the bunker video build that I just did. Okay. It's a death trap. You're building a tomb. I've been hearing that, guys, for a year since we started building this bunker, right? We had the box in there in the bunker. Now, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Since we were a foot in the ground, we have been digging that tomb, grave. Oh, it's going to collapse. Oh, it's going to rain. It's going to get wet and it's going to collapse, okay? I've been hearing all of this for a year. We built the box. We had to take the box out, okay, because we're at that point where we're getting ready to lay a floor, block it up, working its way up. Okay. We're at 270 in the chat, guys. We got 100 thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, again, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Also, it really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I do appreciate that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell icon to get all notification as well. And I thank you very much for that. Okay, so let me go back to what we're talking about. Foot in the ground, we have been digging with a jackhammer. That's how we've been digging through there. That is the hardest compacted clay that's coming off like in thick chunks like this. Once we've worked it in with the jackhammer to break loose that part, I'm going to tell you right now that whole bunker hole is never going to collapse. It's been sitting there like that. You've Some of you may have seen the videos, okay? Completely full. That one storm we had, that hurricane that came through and dumped all that water on us, that bunker, we were at 10 feet deep at that point, okay? Completely full of water. Completely full of water. Did it collapse? No. Why? Because people say, well, if you soak it, maybe it'll soften it up and stuff like that. It doesn't. This stuff is, yeah, it's like bedrock clay. I mean, this stuff is so hard. You dig through it, and it's brutal to dig. Okay, it's not going to collapse. I'm telling you right now. Ed, regarding the bunker, did you ever consider whether a ramp would have been getting more in and out of the bunker? Easy question, difficult. I hope it worked the question right. I understand what you're saying. There will be more than one way in and out of that bunker. Okay, just so you guys know. So the initial bunker is where it's going down, straight down like that, and then in. There will be other ways out of that bunker, more than one. Okay, just so you know too. Um, yeah, we've done everything. Neighbors Bob, everything has been done by hand with a jackhammer or or a shovel and stuff like that. Yes, yeah. You're not digging that out with a shovel. We're not. It's not sand. It's not dirt. Now, if I was digging in sand or if I was digging in dirt, I would agree with you 100% that we should be concerned about that. I've been in the bottom of that bunker at 12 feet, guys. I've been down there. Okay, and is it intimidating? You better believe it's intimidating. Okay, because when you're standing in there and you're looking up, you know, and I'm 6 foot tall, and it's no, it's not shale, Karen. It's a hard, compacted clay. I mean, like ridiculously hard. Like people said, oh, once you throw that out, that's going to dissolve in the rain. Well, we got chunks of it all over in that area, and it's not. Clay is not always like rock, but in Ed's case, there's a chance of some collapse after a spring thaw, but the block wall will be up next. Still really compacted clay. Yeah, it's ridiculously hard, guys. It really is. And here's the thing. I just want you to know. I'm not belittling the comments, what people said. I'm not making light of it. I appreciate your concern. Okay, so I want to make sure I say that moving forward here. But if you were here and you saw what we've been digging through and you were down here and you were doing it, you would go, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Okay. When Jimmy first got here and he came down and saw everything like that, he goes, oh, okay, now I get it. You always can't tell on video, and I understand that. Okay. I do. I understand that. But again, it, unless you 100% know what you're talking about, you can make suggestions and that's fine. And, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. But, we are, is Tenorite an explosive? Well, yeah, Karen, yeah. Tenorite is an explosive. Yeah, we've had, exactly. Dawn just said you've had to pump the thing out a few times. It never softened up. No, it did not. It did not soften up. So, again, like I said, people are going to say what they're going to say, and that's perfectly fine. You can say whatever you want, and that I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Okay, but if oh, you're digging your own grave, and well, okay, whatever, you know what I mean, and that's fine. Say what you want to say, but keep watching because we've been digging that hole, pretty much almost for a year, realistically. I think. Well, let's see. Yeah, right around then, about a year, we've been digging that hole. Okay. And yeah, it's a lot of work. Um, it's not going as fast as I had hoped it would. All right. Uh, we this weekend, and I'm going to go down and I'll do another video and I'll kind of show you what we've gotten done and where we're at, and I'll explain what we're going to do. So that'll be an upcoming video. I'll do that this week, and I'll show you guys this week. Okay. But it's okay. Like I said, it's people are going to say what they're going to say, and that's perfectly fine. And just keep watching. You'll see. We've had, like I said, I've had the thing full of water, and it didn't seep in. It stayed right there. So it's, like I said, You can only use a jackhammer for so long before your arms turn to mush. It definitely wears on you. We generally take turns. In the hole. Like the people that have dug in the hole, right? You've had Jimmy, Ronnie, me, Mark, Rob, Chris dug in the hole as well. So there's only a few, and especially once you get down to a certain level, some people aren't comfortable. So it's not like I'm going, you have to do this, you have to take a turn. Johnson went in the hole. He worked in there. He didn't like it so much, and that's fine. There's other things that he can do. So, you know, but your group should work out a library shelf. That way, people can share those resources and learn different skill sets. Well, thank you. That's a good suggestion. I appreciate that. Yeah, when you do things in a rush, that's when accidents happen. Absolutely correct. You know, use a backhoe loader; it will be faster and cheaper. Again, and I've said this a million and one times, so I'll go ahead and say it again. Where we are digging, we can't get a backhoe in there. We can't get a loader in there, and even if we could, it's only going to dig down so far, and then you're going to be right back to that. And I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be able to dig through it. A backhoe is not going to dig through this stuff. I'm telling you, okay. So, but that's okay. Um, it's once we get going here. We, like I said, this time we had to open up the bottom, get things squared away, and I'll explain out. Like I said, I'll do a video on that, and I'll explain everything. Yeah, a backhoe would be a fiasco. Exactly. Robert's been down here. He knows what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, so going back to what I was talking about here earlier before. Actually, I want to get a drink. It's already like almost a half an hour, and I haven't even opened up my sweet tea yet here. Well, green tea. Very good. That hit the spot. You know, I know that I get on here a lot, especially after a weekend when we've had a get together. And I talk about how proud I am of the people that I am associating myself with and how hard they've worked and how everybody comes together. We basically go, okay, well, you're going to work on this, you work on that, we'll do this. So the work is divided up so that we can get a whole lot of different things going. My boyfriend in Newcastle, Virginia, hand dug his well, started using a jackhammer at 16 feet through shale and hit water at 25 feet. A humbling and amazing process to witness. Much respect to you. Not easy. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. And yeah, it's like I said, we hit that jack. He having to use a jackhammer a foot down. A foot down, we were using a jackhammer, and so that hole's 12 foot deep. So yeah, it's not easy. So I very much appreciate that. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for sharing that experience with your boyfriend, and thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Um, you know, you got a great group of people, an absolutely great group of people, and you know, I'm very very fortunate in that thing. And the group is growing. Actually, we had two new members joined us this month. Okay, so I'm actually meeting with another couple a week from now. Uh, you know, and it's just it's amazing. And here's the thing I want people to understand. And so like I know, like I said, the trolls get all angry and they get mad and oh yeah, it's a cult and blah blah blah. I don't force anybody to be here. I don't force one soul to be down here. They come down here because they want to be down here. They want to be part of this. They realize my foot's hurting pretty good tonight. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. I'm definitely feeling it today. Um, hey, there's Malachi's Corner. It's a lot of fun working with everyone. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. Yeah, and that's the fun. And thank you very much for saying that, and thank you again for being a hardcore member for 25 months now as well. Malachi's Corner is one of the first people that joined the private live stream that I do every Monday, which I will be doing tomorrow. So I can't believe it's been that long already. But she was one of the first people that joined that, and she's been there ever since. So that's very much appreciated as well. It's a lot of hard work. Okay, and hard work is not for everybody. I get that. Okay, uh, but it's we enjoy each other's company. So when we do these projects and we're working on different stuff, we bust chops and we talk crap to each other and we just have a great time doing it. And we make amazing progress. Make amazing progress. So, actually, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be very, very busy here in the next week or so because I now have a new place to put stuff. I got to get, and I am going to put plastic down first on the ground, guys, and then I'm going to put gravel down on top of that inside the new storage area. I'm going to probably put a tarp over the doorway itself for now. I'll figure something else out later, but yeah, it's more than just a preppers group. Absolutely, I'm going to tell you what. Um, I've had two recent members, okay, that have joined the group, and they both told me that they were part of a 3% group before this. All right. One of the reasons one of them left the 3% group because their mindset was we're going to stock up on guns and ammos, and when SHTF comes, we're going to go take what we want. That was their mindset. Okay. And he didn't want to be part of something like that, which I don't blame him because your life expectancy in something like that is probably not going to be very long because you're going to come up against the wrong group or you're going to come up against somebody that's dug in like a tick that knows what they're doing. A 3% group, Karen, is they're more of like a militia. They're if you look up 3%, look up the Karen, look it up. Say what 3% group. Look that up, and you'll get the whole aspect of that. But they're more of a militia. A 3% group is okay. So that was their mindset. So he didn't want to be any part of that. So he left that group. The other recent member that we've had join was also part of a 3% group, and that group fell apart. Okay, and I believe, okay, and I'll tell you what our mission is, and I'll tell you what I tell everybody if they come in new to my group here and want to be part of us. I say number one, we're not a militia. We are not a militia. So I said if you're looking to be part of a militia, this is not the group for you. Okay, I make it very very clear right in the very beginning. I said the second thing is even though most of us are pretty much anti government, we are not looking to overthrow the government. So if you want to be part of a group that's looking to overthrow the government and take over and now you're in charge, this is not the group for you either. I said, we are a group of individuals like minded that realize things are going to crap as we continue to watch it slowly deteriorate around us that when something happens, we are coming together. We plan on working together, supporting each other as a family and a group of people like minded and looking at the big picture of things and trying to survive and not only survive, but to thrive. That's important as well. Survival is one thing, survival is great. Surviving, we all want to survive. All right. The reality is this a year from ground zero, day one of SHTF, 1 year after that date, 90% of the people in this country will not be here anymore. Okay, that's reality. And I'm going to tell you, I'll break it down. Why? Okay. One of the reasons why 90% would be gone is because you have people that are soft, that have not had to work hard for anything. They always talk about my generation, Gen X, right? All these Gen Xers, we were the last generations that basically, mom and dad left us home and good luck and we'll see you or get out of the house and don't come, back home until it's dark. They had no idea where we were. So we were creative. We were off doing it. My kids, my kids were never out of my sight. Why? Because we're living a different world now and it's not safe out there. And there's so many perverts that they allow these perverts to be all over the place. So yeah, you know, yeah, we had no working phones. You had your phone in your house, and if you're lucky, you had a 20-foot extension so that when you wanted to talk in privately, you could like take the phone out of the kitchen and walk into like the dining room and be on the phone that way. So but anyway, it's a whole different thing. But we're a different generation. The people now are soft, they're weak, they've not been tested in any way, shape, or form. So when something drastic or bad happens, they're not going to be ready for it. You got all these compromised people out there. I've done videos talking about the number of percentage of people in the United States that are on all kinds of medication. Oh my, he's hyperactive. They have HDAD, whatever spin they put on it. Give them a pill. Give them a pill for this. Give them a pill for that. How about let them be kids? How about having some discipline? Right? How about being parents and being in charge? Well, heaven forbid. No, we got the TV to be the babysitter, right? So, it's just, you don't even get me started on that. Okay. When Eddie, my son Eddie has autism. Anybody that watches this channel knows Eddie has autism. When Eddie was in school, okay, and he was a handful, guaranteed 100% Eddie was a handful. Not going to deny it. Oh, not my baby. My baby's perfect. No, my kid was an a-hole. Okay. Absolutely. He could be at times. Once you got to know him and once you broke through that barrier, then he was good. All right. Um, when he was in school, they were like, well, we're maybe if we had him on this medication, and I went just like this. We had these meetings with all these freaking honchos and stuff, and I said, listen, I said, I'm not medicating my son to make your job easier. I'm not going to happen. Okay. I deal with him. His mom deals with him. Okay. We do, yeah. Does he have meltdowns? Absolutely. Yes, he does. Okay. Absolutely, he did. And it was not fun when Eddie had a meltdown. But I'm not going to medicate my kid and make him a zombie so that you can push him through and say, "Oh, look it, we graduated another one, yay!" Okay, nonsense, not happening. Okay, now I'm a different type of parent with that because I don't believe in it. I don't, Oh, I'm depressed and I'm sad. Oh well, here, take this medication forever, right? Antidepressants. How many people? And if you are on them, please don't think that I'm judging you or talking crap about you because that's not what I'm doing. What I'm trying to explain is when they get you on that antidepressant, um, I know people have been on it for years, years and years and years. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Okay. And I'm like, whoa, where's the end date? Big pharma folks don't want cures. They want lifelong customers. That's what they want. What do we at? 343 in the chat, guys. 154 thumbs up. If you have not given a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that ahead of time, and thank you very much. It makes a big difference with the algorithms. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would also ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you. And of course, please like, comment, and share. The videos. Like I said, you don't always have to agree with everything I say, and I'm not asking everybody to agree and follow down the line and whatever I say. Oh, I agree with you 100%. You can have a different of opinion, and that's perfectly fine. I don't have. See, here's the weird part. Any one of you out there, if you called me on the phone and you said to me, I don't agree with you on this, I'd go, okay, well, please share your points. I love the debate, love a debate. But here's the difference between me and a lot of people. At the end of that conversation, I'm going to be like, hey man, have a good day, I'll talk to you later, whatever. Me and Steve, okay, I've known Steve for 25 years. We clash on a lot of topics, but we can have a debate on it. And at the end of the conversation, and they'll get heated sometimes, I'll be honest with you, they do. But we shake hands, say, hey, brother, I'll see you later. Have a good night, whatever. Okay. We can do that. And we still respect each other. We still like each other. I will always respect your opinion, respect your right to your opinion. I may not agree with it, but that's okay. Doesn't make you right, me wrong, or me right and you wrong. It's just a difference of opinion. And having that healthy debate is a good thing. But unfortunately, in our society today, you look at what happens, right? We can't agree to disagree anymore. You're either on this team or you're on that team. And if you're not, you got to pick. I don't have to do squat. Okay. I don't need to be on this team or that team or suck up to these people or suck up to those people. It ain't happening. Okay, so that's just the way I am with that. But you know, it's called respect. Respecting my fellow human beings. I know a lot of you won't get that either. A lot of you will. You know, John Lamb said, Ed, I don't agree with everything that you say, but we are so much alike. It's scary, and that's cool. See that, and that's the thing. Um, that is cool. I have no problem with that. Like I said, I respect everybody. Like I said, but unfortunately, it doesn't. It doesn't always work that way. But not from my end, because like I said, I don't judge people. You got to. I haven't walked in your shoes. You ain't walked in mine. You know what I mean? And usually opinions are based on experience. Exactly, exactly. And I will tell you what. I've had a hard life. Not going to deny it. I was not always a nice person. I'm not going to deny that either. And I've taught. I haven't even come close to telling you all the stories, but they're. I came up through the school of hard knocks, folks. Okay. Uh, you know, the one thing I have shared on here, I have a hearing loss in my left ear from one of my stepfathers growing up. You know, but every experience that I have gone through, everything that I have lived through, has made me who I am today. All right. If you grow up super soft and you've never had to struggle and it's never been tough for you and you've had everything handed to you, that's not good either. Because when that adversity comes up or something happens, people like that don't know how to act. They don't know what to do. Okay. You ever hear that old saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going? And there's a reason that is said that way. Okay. There's a reason for that. I'll tell you, combat veterans, let's talk about that a little bit. They see and do things that they should never have to see or do. Okay. I have so much respect for anybody that's been in combat because it's not a pleasant thing. There's no glory in it. There's no, oh, this is wonderful or whatever. You do what you have to do. You do what you have to do to survive. All right. I get that. I respect that. Um, if they want to talk about it, and here's the thing that you'll find out. Okay. A lot of times, people that have saw combat, they don't talk about it, or they very rarely talk about it, and I respect that. I will never. I'll tell you what. There was one thing, and I always hated when people say that. Like I was in the service, right? Never saw combat. Would be the first one to admit that I never saw combat. I look back now, and I am grateful that I never saw combat. As a mature man now, as a young man at 19 going in, I was gung ho, ready to go. Let's go do whatever. Blah blah blah. Right? It is a tough thing to live with. It's a very very tough thing to live with. So those guys that have done that and they're back home, they got all my respect. And I would never ask them that because I just think that is a horrible question to ask somebody. Did you ever kill somebody? You know, why would you ask that? And no, Heather's still here, Patty. Heather's still here. So, but anyway, it's just people have, like I said, people just don't have any idea. When we talk about SHTF, people may have some idea. If you have been through any kind of adversity in this life, okay, if you've been through hard times and you've dealt with the different things that you have to see and deal with, uh, it prepares you, it gets you ready. And to me, it's like a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are not ready. They're not prepared. Like I said, they think they have an idea. Oh, it'll be like this or it'll be like that. They have no idea whatsoever. No idea whatsoever. So, I don't want SHTF to happen. That is not my goal. I'm not hoping for it. I hope it never happens. I hope that 5 years from now, we're on here talking and I can talk about the sustainability of this awesome property and all the things that we've done and that we've accomplished. And now we've opened it up possibly and are teaching people how to do the same exact thing, right? That would be cool, but I don't always feel like that would be the case. Come on over here. People were just talking about you and they said, did Heather go back to New York? No, she did not, because she is right here. All right, so real quick before we talk with Heather, it is egg count time. So let's go ahead and do egg count really quickly. So yes or no for Miss Thickneck, and how many eggs today? So let's do that quick, and then we can have a chat with Heather. Give you guys a moment. And I'm going to have a hit of green tea.
Hello, Miss Jess.
Oh, I know. She was laying over there by the door. Hella's over here right now and right up by Heather because, oh my God, somebody other than her is getting attention from Daddy. I know. I see you. I see you, girl. All right. If you had the same guess as Critter Lover Jesse with 6 eggs and no for Miss Thickneck today, then you are 100% correct. She was the first one with the correct answer. So, congratulations to Critter Lover. You are the winner. You've won absolutely nothing.
With the satisfaction of being right.
I like that. And bragging rights. So, but, yep, so that was that. All right, so anybody, okay, let's do this, guys. Does anybody have any questions for Miss Heather? Now, since she's here visiting, does anybody have any questions for Heather?
Sean, it's good. It's out there right now. We had some clothes that had gotten wet from our, trip previous to when we came up here, so we were finally putting them out on the line, and we're gonna go collect them.
Neighbor Bob says, how's the job going?
Really good. I love my job. I'm very lucky to, have. I love the people. I make pretty good money for the hours that I work. So, the new car is great.
Yes, if you're still doing Etsy.
I have not been. No, just with work and all that. After working with people all the time, I just want to go home and veg. So I haven't really been making too much.
Paul's asking, what do you think of Dad's new place?
It's pretty interesting. I haven't been up here in 2 years, so a lot's been done.
A little different. Long way to go.
Do I have prescription safety glasses for working in the bunker? No, I don't get my hands dirty with that.
No, Heather doesn't go in the bunker.